In the heart of Victoria Island, Lagos, there lived a young woman named Laura whose life looked like a dream. Her social media was filled with elegance. Designer handbags placed carefully on marble tables. Photos taken beside luxury cars. Videos from first-class airplane seats. Her captions spoke about soft life, self-love, and financial freedom. Thousands admired her. Young girls saved her pictures as motivation. Women her age whispered her name with envy. Even older people praised her success. Everyone believed her wealth came from her organic skincare brand. Beautiful bottles with gold labels lined her shelves during every video she posted. But those bottles were decorations. They were not the source of her riches. Laura did sell some products, but barely enough to cover a week's groceries. Yet her bank account grew heavier every month. At night, when the lights were off and the world thought she was asleep, she would walk quietly to her bedroom. She would kneel down and pull out a wooden box wrapped in deep red cloth. Inside the box was a snail. Not an ordinary snail. Its shell carried strange markings that seemed to shift when stared at too long. It rarely moved. It rarely ate. But it had power. 3 years earlier, during one of the darkest seasons of her life, Laura had traveled to a remote village in Delta State. She was tired of struggling. Tired of watching others succeed while she barely survived. Tired of pretending everything was fine. A spiritualist there had given her the snail with clear instructions. It will open doors that hard work cannot open, the old man told her. But nothing in this world is free. When the time comes, you must bring others. If you refuse, it will take what belongs to it. Laura did not ask too many questions. Desperation silences caution. From that day forward, something changed. Whenever she prepared to meet wealthy men, she performed a strange ritual with the snail. After that, conversations became effortless. Transfers were immediate. Gifts arrived without resistance. Men who barely knew her would send millions without remembering why. Her life transformed. Luxury replaced lack. Comfort replaced fear. But inside her, peace never came. Across the city, in a struggling neighborhood where rent deadlines caused sleepless nights, 2 young women named Celeste and Joy walked under the scorching sun. They sold sachet water on the roadside. Every evening they counted small crumpled notes and calculated transport costs. Most days ended in disappointment. Their landlord had already warned them. Rent was overdue. Time was running out. 80 nights, lying on a thin mattress in their small room, they scrolled through Laura's page. She is our age, Joy would whisper, and yet she lives like royalty, Celeste would reply. Comparison slowly turned into frustration. Frustration slowly turned into desperation. One evening, Joy gathered courage and sent Laura a message pretending to be interested in her skincare products. To their surprise, Laura responded they were invited to her apartment. When they entered Laura's home, they felt like they had stepped into another world. Everything was spotless. Everything shined, but instead of pretending, they fell to their knees and begged. Please, they said. Teach us how you make your money. We are suffering. Laura's face hardened. She ordered them to leave. They walked home ashamed, but that night, Laura could not sleep. She remembered the warning she had received years ago. Her body had been feeling weak lately. Her glow was fading. Something was changing. She knew what it meant. The death was approaching. The next day, she called them back. This time, she smiled warmly. She spoke of opportunities. Of shortcuts. Of a different path to success. They traveled together to the same remote village. The spiritualist was waiting. He handed Celeste and Joy their own snails. The wealth will come easily, he said. But follow the rules. The rules were simple. Feed the snail every 3 days with special leaves. Never allow it to escape. Give a percentage of your earnings, and when summoned, bring new girls. Joy trembled. Celeste hesitated, but poverty has a way of pushing people toward decisions they once feared. They agreed. What followed felt like a miracle. Wealthy men became unusually generous. Money flowed effortlessly. Cars were gifted. Apartments were secured. Keles paid for her siblings' education. She bought her mother a house. Joy moved into a beautiful apartment in Lekki and purchased her dream car. For the first time in their lives, they felt powerful. They convinced themselves it was harmless. They convinced themselves they could stop whenever they wanted, but easy money is addictive and addiction whispers lies. One week, after celebrating an expensive trip abroad, they forgot to feed the snails. 3 days passed. On the 4th day, both boxes were empty, the snails were gone. That night, Joy began feeling strange. Her body stiffened. Her head moved slowly without her control. Doctors found nothing wrong. When they returned to the spiritualist, he spoke without emotion. The agreement has matured. Joy died within days. Keles was shattered. She stopped everything. She tried to live quietly. But certain doors, once opened, do not close easily. A wealthy man she once benefited from invited her over one final time. After that night, her health began to deteriorate. No hospital could explain it. No prayer seemed to reverse it. Within months, she too was gone. The luxury cars were seized, the apartments were sold, the money vanished. In the neighborhood where they once sold water, their story became a warning told by mothers to daughters. Not every shining life is built on truth. Some lights burn because something is being consumed. Real wealth may take time. It may require discipline, patience, and effort, but it does not demand your peace. It does not demand your life. In a world obsessed with instant success, remember this: not everything that glitters is gold. Quick wealth often carries hidden costs. True prosperity grows slowly, but it lasts. Shortcuts may look attractive, but they can lead to destruction. Your life is worth more than luxury. Your integrity is worth more than applause, and no amount of money is worth losing yourself.